The Creator is the latest film by director Gareth Edwards. He's most known for directing the massively successful Star Wars Rogue One and the 2014 Godzilla movie. I think Edwards' best film is Monsters, though, his directorial debut. It was a low-budget alien invasion movie that was made for $500,000. It's a great little movie and you should check it out. This movie feels like Edwards going back to his roots and creating his own original sci-fi epic, The Creator. The Creator takes place in a future where artificial intelligence has become advanced enough that robots have completely integrated into society. They can walk, talk, and work regular jobs and live side by side with humans. But all that changes when a nuclear bomb detonates in Los Angeles and robots are blamed by the human race. This leads to a war between humans and robots where most of the world has outlawed the AI robots. And only a country called New Asia is a safe haven for the machines. Over a decade into the war, the humans have created the Nomad, which is like a giant space station that has the ability to drop bombs anywhere in the world. Think of it kind of like the Death Star. The machines are losing the war, then the humans find out that the robot resistance has created some kind of super weapon that will be able to defeat the humans for good. The military recruits a physically and mentally broken soldier named Joshua Taylor to find the weapon and destroy it. Joshua was previously working undercover against the AI resistance when a botched operation led to the death of his wife Maya and their unborn child. In exchange for destroying the AI superweapon, Joshua was told that his wife is actually still alive and is helping the resistance. While on the mission, Joshua finds a young robot girl named Alfie who can control machines. But instead of killing her, he takes the girl on a journey throughout New Asia to try and find Maya. Along the way, he bonds with Alfie and begins to question the war and everything he's been led to believe. The two main roles in the movie are Joshua and Alfie, and it's their relationship that carries the story. Without the right leads, then the movie simply wouldn't work. Thankfully, the film cast the two right actors for the roles. Madeline Voiles is perfectly cast as Alfie, the little girl. She really brings a sweetness and honesty to the role. I haven't been impressed with a lot of John David Washington's work before this. After watching him in movies like Tenet and Beckett, it looked like he might not have the talent to lead a movie. Fortunately, I can say after watching this movie that Washington delivers the best performance I've ever seen out of him. He still isn't on the level of his father, but he does a great job of carrying the movie. Allison Janney does a good job as a soldier who's chasing after Joshua and Alfie, but besides her and the two main leads, no one else has enough screen time to really be memorable. The special effects in this movie are incredible. This is CGI and VFX done right in a big studio movie. The robots in the future world look incredible. You watch the movie and you forget you're looking at a world that isn't even real. I haven't felt that way watching a movie in a long time. The quality of the effects in this movie should make most studios feel ashamed of themselves, especially Disney. This movie was made for about a third of what most Marvel movies cost to make, and it looks 100 times better than anything Marvel, Netflix, or Warner Brothers have ever done. If I was Marvel or DC, I'd be trying to get Gareth Edwards into the fold immediately. The action scenes are also intense. The movie has the grit of a war movie even though it's PG-13. You watch people get killed brutally in battle, and then watch these robotic beings also get destroyed and go through inhuman treatment. You feel every hit and explosion during the battle scenes. The movie isn't without its flaws though. To start with, every big plot point in the story conveniently connects to Joshua in such a personal way that it feels unnecessary. The bulk of the movie is him using Alfie to try and find his wife Maya that he thought was dead. But he finds out during the journey that Maya is actually Nirmata, the creator and god of the AI race. Yet during all this time with her, he never even suspected this. He married Maya and got her pregnant, but he never once suspected that she was the leader of the robot resistance. Then Joshua finds out that Alfie is actually made from a copy of the embryo of Joshua's unborn child with Maya, essentially making Alfie his daughter. Joshua being married to the god of the AI race and being the father of its savior is awfully convenient, and it all felt unneeded. I think it would have been a lot better if Joshua didn't have that connection to Alfie. The movie just could have had her as a robot that Joshua begins to care about while protecting her. Instead of him changing his mind about AI because Alfie is his daughter, he could change his mind because he sees how Alfie and the robots have more humanity than the actual humans he works with. The acting and effects are great, but the writing is probably the weakest part of the movie. Especially at the beginning, the movie opens with Joshua married to Maya and living undercover with the AI resistance when they capture a human soldier, right before the humans attack their village. In what I thought was a poorly written scene, Joshua tells Maya to go to the other room so he can execute the soldier. But Joshua blows his cover and instead tries to convince the soldier to delay the attack. Then we see a shocked Maya standing right behind him, finding out he's a traitor. How was Joshua shocked that this happened? He sent her in another room 10 feet away for 5 seconds while he carried a full-on conversation, and it's supposed to be a surprise when she comes back 5 seconds later and discovers everything? The movie also introduces a lot of ideas that it doesn't spend enough time elaborating on. Joshua finds out from Ken Watanabe's character that it was actually the humans who bombed themselves and blamed it on the AI to start the war. So the genocide of the entire AI race is based upon a lie, and it's just a throwaway line and never brought up again. After he finds out, Joshua is practically indifferent to the revelation. Nor is it explained why the humans decided to scapegoat the AI race for the accidental bombing of Los Angeles. Why decide to genocide the robot race over something they weren't even connected to? Why not make an attempt to expose the truth now that Joshua knows? We don't get an answer for any of this. Also, Ken Watanabe's character reveals that the only reason Alfie was created was to destroy the Nomad, and the Resistance knows that doing so will kill Alfie. Just like the revelation about the bombing, this is just a throwaway line and never comes up again. Despite the robots constantly bringing up how evil the humans are, the movie shows that they are just as willing to sacrifice a child to achieve their own goals. Begging the question, are the robots really that much better than the humans? Again, this is never really explored. But The Creator is a movie absolutely worth seeing. It's not a perfect film, but it is a well-made, well-acted, and interesting film that kept me entertained from beginning to end. It's an emotional ride about what it really means to be human, and how humanity isn't limited to just the human race. Make sure you bring your tissues, because things get emotional. Hopefully the movie does well enough so studios give Gareth Edwards and other directors more money to keep telling these kinds of stories. Go see The Creator.